Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is Three Buck Theater. And The Walking Dead is a show that's been around for a long time. It's been around for 8 years now. And I think a month will be like 8 years. And that's just insane to me that it's been around that damn long. And the show is showing no signs of slowing down, even though Fear the Walking Dead is, in my opinion, not a good show. They had to get rid of a main character and bring over Morgan from The Walking Dead in order to make the show more, I guess you could say, malleable to an audience. But apparently AMC realizes that this show, this franchise, is going to be around for a long time, and they have zero intentions of slowing down, saying here that they want the Walking Dead universe to continue for at least another decade. Now, whether or not a cast member actually survives that long, probably not. But they don't want this to end because I think that the franchise just makes them too much goddamn money. Now, it says here, for Daryl, Rick, and Carol, the world has been overrun by zombies for only 600-something days. But for us, the loyal Walking Dead viewers, it's been 8 years and soon to be 9 seasons, which is way longer than 600-plus days. The AMC series has no intention of calling it quits anytime soon either. While speaking at the Goldman Sachs Communacopia conference, AMC Network CEO Josh Sapan confirmed that he wants the Walking Dead universe, which already includes the original series Fear the Walking Dead, and a future spinoff to extend another 10 years and hopefully a lot longer. And I get that because, look, The Walking Dead was AMC's, I think, first big hit in regards to a property that they wholly own outright. At the time when Walking Dead came out, you had Mad Men, which was doing very, very, very well, and already in like its third season, I think. And that was owned by Lionsgate, but licensed out to AMC. And then you also had Breaking Bad, which was owned by Sony and licensed out to AMC. And those were the two hit shows at the time. Whereas The Walking Dead came out and did well for its first season. It didn't really hit its stride, I think, until like season 2. By the time it got to like the second half of season 2, so to speak. But that was their first big hit. That was theirs. And they have other shows at this point that I think that they own, but they realize that this is like their flagship title. This is their network's flagship property. And yeah, they want to keep it around for 10 plus more years because they know that this is where the money comes from. And I don't think Robert Kirkman has any intention of not letting them. Why would he? They back up a dump truck full of money to his house. And he's all like, okay, Now, this is what Sapan had to say. He says, asked about the weaker ratings of the AMC hit show The Walking Dead, Sapan argued that the popular series was more of a franchise, saying The Walking Dead is a universe, and we have plans to manage over the next decade plus. That plan is a careful plan to respect the world of the fans of that world. Then he pointed to Fear the Walking Dead as an extension of the Walking Dead franchise. But the thing is, I don't know a single person that legitimately enjoys Fear the Walking Dead. Right. And I'll put it to you guys in the best possible context. Comic-Con. Okay. Comic-Con is always a fun place to go for the Walking Dead panel, but it's always run in a 2-hour block. You first have Fear the Walking Dead, and then you have The Walking Dead. Now, Fear the Walking Dead is just a bore, a snooze fest, a terrible panel. It's god awful. Not a single person likes it. And I've gone to the first 3 of those fucking things. So I know how it is to be in the room with that group. They don't like each other. The people on that show do not enjoy each other's company. I don't think they like the show that they're on. And God bless Chris Hardwick for trying to make it work, but it doesn't really work out very well. It's a boring ass panel. And as soon as it's over, everyone kind of lets out this sigh of relief and they're like, The Walking Dead is next. Because when The Walking Dead comes out, that cast loves each other. That crew loves each other. They know what they've got. They know what kind of loyal fan base they've got, and they play it. They work it. They work that room of 6,500 people for that hour. They all have fun. They all make it look like fun, and everyone there enjoys it. Whereas with the Fear the Walking Dead, it's bleak. It's and it represents in the show. The show is just like that. Right? So they have the show. They should cancel Fear the Walking Dead and make something else that's better. Tell a different story than something on the West Coast in the early days of the zombie apocalypse. Again, even my most diehard Walking Dead friends or fan friends, they don't like Fear the Walking Dead at all. They watch it because they feel they have to, But other than that, they don't get enjoyment out of it, which is really bad when your fans are like, I just feel like I need to know the story, so I'm just gonna fucking watch. Otherwise, lame. Now, Sapan did say something similar to what he previously said earlier. He said this last year. He assured Wall Street analysts that he doesn't take the word franchise lightly. It's not sloppy or casual word. We've studied the best. Some have been around for 30, 40, 50 years. We have a chance for a lot of life in this franchise. So in other words, The Walking Dead wants to be the Simpsons of zombie shows. And you know what? As long as it's profitable, as long as zombie shows and zombie stuff is profitable, I don't see that changing at all. I don't see that going away. There is a market for it. There is absolutely a market for it. And I think a lot of people out there are going to end up liking, the show for a long period of time. The biggest complaint at this point is moving the story along. And this has kind of been the thing. There's been a lot of upset behind the scenes, first with Frank Darabont, and even that 7 years down the road is not fully resolved as far as I know, right? They've been battling over profits, battling over all this stuff. There's the way they handle the governor and the way they handle Negan and the way they handle a lot of stuff. And then of course, ever since the big Negan, scene, you guys know the scene I'm talking about, the ratings have started to drop off. And there's a conversation about the violence in the show and how the violence in the show was so graphic in that scene that it just turned people off. I've heard that argument made because what the show needs is the show needs to develop meaningful relationships amongst the characters and not simply just focus on the violence, because the concept of a zombie series is never about the zombies. The zombies are always second fiddle. It's always about the interpersonal relationship as well as man versus nature and talking about those struggles. It's always about that. It's always an element of social commentary, and that should always find its way into every single season. The problem with it is that the source material, and I'm sorry, Walking Dead fans, is boring. Robert Kirkman is a fantastic world builder, but he filled the world with boring shit. The comic puts me to sleep every time I try to read it. The show I enjoy, but I want more interpersonal drama. I want more of these things that we're not getting. And maybe it is now. I haven't watched in a couple seasons, so I'm definitely behind. But that's a big thing. And so I'm really wondering whether or not they're going to be able to kind of bring it back around. Obviously, with this being Rick's final season, what's going to happen with him, that's going to bring a lot of viewers in. That's going to be the big defining moment. And whether or not it survives the death of its main character, is going to be something that is going to be very fascinating to watch, which is one of the reasons why I think they're going to completely, and if I recall, they got a new showrunner and they talked about this is almost like a reboot. They're rebooting the show after this. So if that's the case, then it's going to be very fascinating to see what happens next. Anyway, those are just my thoughts on the subject matter. I'm curious to know what you guys think. Let me know down in the comments. If you guys made it this far into the video and you guys want to let me know you made it this far, type Negan in the chat so I know. And also, if you guys want to support the channel, give it a thumbs up, please. Share it around. Patreon.com/Monday and Matt. I mean, what do you got to lose with $1 per month? It really does help me out. And we'll be doing more live streams and stuff down the road to talk about everything, movies and all that stuff. And I'll talk to you guys later. Have yourself a fantastic day and peace out.